Good morning, history tards. It's the start of our biggest series yet.
Wow!
I'm here with Horatio Gould.
Hello.
This is Finn versus History, and today is episode 1 on a month-long trudge.
It's a long,
A trudge through post-war British prime ministers, 1945 to 1979.
Relentless.
An audio portrait of managed decline.
That's what this podcast was sort of set up for.
It is.
It's the embodiment of what we stand for. It's a test cricket match.
This is a test cricket match in audiovisual podcast form that ends in a sort of, a loser's draw.
3 days get rained off.
Yeah. This will be epic.
It's really, a test in patience.
Testing the algorithm. Really going to test the algorithm out with this one.
We thought, we just did a live show in Edinburgh Fringe, which is very grateful for everyone who came out, but we do want to start cleaving off some of our audience.
Whittle them down.
Do you know what I mean? We looked out there and we're like, we could probably make this a bit more of an elite group, I feel.
I think so. And elite's not the right word.
No, what's the opposite of elite?
Extreme.
Extreme.
There are extreme elements. In terms of smell, in terms of throat beards, in terms of employment prospects.
Yeah.
By which I mean they have zero.
Yeah, like a white Al Qaeda.
Yes, exactly. the jihadi John, the Beatles, the Fab Four.
But they're just
the jihadi
John.
ones, yeah.
Yeah, Johnny John.
So today we're essentially looking. This is a British podcast.
Yeah.
And rather than famously British, rather than trying to gain new listeners from overseas, we're just doubling down on why is this country like it is. You can't understand Britain without Thatcher, and you can't understand Thatcher without the 70s, and you can't really understand the 70s without understanding the system that the 70s that collapses in the 70s.
Yeah, and people from other countries, when they read about how big the British Empire was, and they see Britain now, and they realise it really wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite make sense how it happened.
Yeah.
So,
how is that country that thinks it's that actually that?
And it might be one of the funniest declines of an empire, because normally when an empire declines, it collapses. It's, explosions everywhere. There's fucking famine. There's death. This was just quietly packing up.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Have you got everything?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
do one more look around and make sure you've got everything.
Actually, I think it's fine. Actually, I think we'll just go. I reckon we've had enough. We've had enough. We're fucking knackered.
Yeah. Because what stands out for the British imperial collapse is that at home people didn't really notice that much.
They were like, we were stationed where?
Yeah.
Ooga Booga where? What? People are dying in Ooga Booga land. No, let's get out of there. Let's get out of there absolutely now. It's a portrait of a nation.
Yeah.
It's the 70s is, I think, objectively the funniest politics has ever been anywhere. It's Britain. It's the closest Britain becomes Greece without the weather in the 70s.
All the food.
We really are. We just have working sewage. It's the only reason, and we barely have that actually. The 70s. And it's the long road to Thatcher. How do things get so desperate that we elect a female prime minister? How is that?
On our knees.
Yeah. Mummy. So that's the sort of scope of this series.
Yep.
We will be dealing in this episode and the next with Clement Attlee.
Yeah, one of the two transformative prime ministers of the post-war period.
That's what everyone seems to agree is Attlee and Thatcher, isn't it?
We're still in Thatcher's Britain in a way.
Yeah.
We still have not been able to overturn the changes she's made. But before Thatcher, it was the transformations that Attlee made. So basically, post-war Britain is a cuck dad and a bitch mum.
Yeah, yes.
That's what defines us. Is
and then
we've got like
Blair sort of made it feel good about itself for a bit, but ultimately gave it more issues.
Yeah.
And since then, everyone's gone, well, I'm not fucking touching that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of Britain today.
But we still got some of Attlee's stuff today, the
That's
NHS,
what I mean.
welfare state. So it's mummy and daddy.
It's very damaged, though. It's an intensely damaged child, this child of ours.
It's a tired dad, whatever you want, and then a mum who's just...
Right. It's the stepmum. It's a new stepmum that's come in and has really just slapped Clement around the face. We can't afford this. You're okay, fine. So we're going to start with Attlee. And I must say that this is an epic long series, the first half of which will be already all on the Patreon. Yeah. We can't give it to them all in one go.
Yeah, the first half will be incredibly boring.
They will die. They will die if we give it all to them in one go. Yeah. They'll eat the whole thing in a month, and a month's worth of food in a day. So
they're like dogs. They don't know when their next meal's coming from, so they have to.
And if you'd like to be one of those dogs, it's just £3 a month to lower yourself from human to dog. They are classed as a different species, our truthers. Anyway, Clement Attlee.
We've just got something in from Charlie.
This is the gender distribution of people called Clement.
Apparently, it's a male name.
It's mainly a male name, but there are a few women called. There are a few lady Clements.
Clement is a very funny
girl name.
Funny. I quite like the name Clement
for a girl.
I love you, Clement.
My wife's called Clement. This is my wife, Clement. Yeah. Could you get clement weather, which is, what's that, muggy? Or is it nice?
I don't know.
It's Clement, I think it means nice, isn't it?
I don't know. I've never heard that.
No, I've not heard that.
You never heard Clement weather?
No. Have you heard Clement weather?
Mild.
Mild.
It's a very Clement day.
Mild or merciful?
Clement.
It's a weird, the more you say it, I mean, there's Clementine. That's a female name.
Yeah.
Churchill's wife was called Clementine. Yeah.
Wow. So what's going on there?
Well, join the Patreon to find out. This all adds up.
You know, Michelle Obama's a man.
Of course. Yeah.
Clement Attlee's
a woman
who married Churchill and then shaved her head and became prime minister. There'll be a lot of conspiracy theories that we'll be starting.
So, Clement Attlee, 1945 to 1951.
Yeah. So what are your views on Clement off the bat?
Well, obviously he's an extremist. Yeah. He sets up the NHS.
Yeah. Radical terrorist.
He's a radical terrorist.
He's a domestic terrorist.
He's a domestic terrorist who, thankfully, was booted out of office calmly. No, he is sort of like...
He's upheld everyone... Because James Ford McCann, who came on this podcast, has that bit where he just goes through every prime minister and everyone boos every single one. Yeah. It feels like the only one that people can agree that everyone sort of likes is probably Attlee.
And I think it's fascinating when you see he actually did stuff.
Yeah. And it's what the left hold on to also. Attlee is like, well, Attlee was good. Yeah. That's kind of sort of 70, all you've got.
70 years ago.
Well, who did you like? Well, Attlee was good.
Attlee was great. But even at the time, a lot of people didn't like, in the Labour Party, thought he wasn't doing enough. Yeah. And then it's funny that basically in 1 year, they do everything. Yeah. And it's the year literally after the world's in ruins. Yeah. And that seems to be the only year that they can do anything.
Yeah, but also they couldn't get back into power because they'd done everything. Yeah. And they'd run out of ideas. Yeah. Because it's like, well, they got it all done in about...
We did fucking everything. We did it in a year.
And I think also maybe at the time they can't really view it with hindsight. The reason why Attlee's so respected is in hindsight so much of his stuff has stayed. Yes. And that's a way of judging how successful a prime minister is. I guess how much of it stays in.
When you talk about Blair, it's like, for pre 9/11 it was kind of he did a lot. Yeah. And he actually did a lot afterwards, but then all of it's pretty much gone.
Yeah, apart from the Good Friday Agreement. Yeah. But kind
even
of
that's on the edge of it, isn't it? So I suppose Attlee's one of the only prime ministers, him and Thatcher are the only two that have actually changed the country long term. Yeah. But Attlee, when you certainly compared to Thatcher, is a pretty boring cunt.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing is that him and Churchill, they're kind of during the war, because they got on during the war and they were a good partnership. It was sort of Jack Leach and Ben Stokes. Yes, that was kind of like the combination they had, and it feels like it's the most cross-party kind of synergy was during the war, where the epitome of a Labour prime minister and the epitome of a Tory prime minister with Churchill and Attlee.
But then what's quite funny is that when the election campaign immediately after the war, which is like 2 weeks after the war ends, Churchill just starts calling Attlee the Gestapo. And just really ramps it up and goes, "This guy's a Nazi."
But if you're a wartime prime minister, you want someone who's just calling everyone a Gestapo.
Yes, exactly.
But it doesn't really work when you're talking about boring domestic reforms.
If the war's ended, that's a guy in a waistcoat who likes cricket. I don't think he's the Gestapo. Yeah. So
very boring but very radical. That's what's interesting about Clement Attlee. Yeah, he does so much, but he's so boring we can't remember who he is really.
Which is maybe why people this country allowed him to be so radical.
Churchill called him a sheep in sheep's clothing.
He had the quote, "the tepid enthusiasm of a lazy summer afternoon at a cricket match." Yeah. He brought that to the fierce struggle of politics. Yeah. So the main events in this episode we're going to deal with is what does he do domestically? Yeah. Which is, as we've said, is literally everything. Yeah.
He's a domestic terrorist.
He's a domestic terrorist, thankfully. Yeah. We'll deal with his foreign policies in the next episode. Now, just to give you a flavour of the time, Charlie's just brought up, did Attlee hoover? No, Clement Attlee did not hoover. He was a British politician who served as Prime Minister. Thank you, AI Overview. I don't know if hoovers are around at this point, actually.
And also, AI's Overview's very confident that Attlee didn't hoover.
No, he did not hoover. He is a man. Seems to be what AI Overview is saying.
I mean, he probably didn't hoover.
I don't think he hoovered in his life.
He was a British Prime Minister in the 40s.
British Prime Ministers are not hoovering, apart from Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah.
Seems to be. I think that's when...
And she proudly did it.
Proudly.
She was the Prime Minister, but she was also a wife first. That's what.
The Hoover vacuum cleaners patented the invention in 1908. Okay, so Hoovers are around.
Yeah.
But when did men start hoovering, Charlie?
When did men start hoovering? I guess early 20th century. Do you guys hoover?
I hoover.
Yeah. Hoover is my favourite chore.
Do you enjoy to hoover?
I love a hoover.
I tell you what I like doing, I did this weekend, is hoovering the back of the car.
Oh, nice.
That's an absolute fucking minefield.
Yeah.
Cheerio. There's genuine mould.
Well, I've been in your car. It's like a failed state.
It is a failed state. It is a failed state.
Collapsed.
It's entirely reliant.
All the institutions have collapsed.
It runs on petrol, and yet we can't afford to keep filling it up. And the back of my car is... I think I'd rather...
Yeah, it's like a post-IRA bomb.
I'd rather live in Eritrea.
Like a bus in Guildford.
I'd rather live in Eritrea than spend any time in the back of my car. My kids are animals. They're absolute animals.
It's Haiti. Your boot is Haiti.
Yeah, the boot's Haiti. the back's Eritrea.
But we're not here to talk about Finn's car, are we?
No, we're not. So what is life like in Britain when Attlee comes to power? Okay. The economy is obviously completely fucked.
Do you want to just place this?
We should place this. Thank you, Charlie.
So 1945.
1945. So 1945 is just after Hitler has died.
Yep. And it is...
Sorry.
Just.
Sorry, I'm welling up.
Because you are not alone.
Not alone.
The light will shine on through.
Get your lighters out in the car whenever you're listening. Lighters out for Hitler. He's gone.
Do you know what? I can see you know Elton John doing Candle in the Wind at Princess Diana's funeral.
Yeah, Auschwitz in the wind.
I can see you doing that at Hitler's funeral. Like a candle in the wind.
but to no one.
Candle in the wind about Hitler.
Yes. So anyway, Hitler's gone.
Yeah.
So it's after
Hitler, it's before Fritzl, right?
It is before Fritzl, but I think Fritzl was probably born at this point.
Oh, right. Let's see when.
So I think it's after Hitler, and it is before Twiglets.
Yes, before Twiglets.
Is it before Twiglets?
Let's find out, because Twiglets are quite...
Post-Hitler, before... No, Twiglets, I feel like they no, it's
not.
No,
it's not before Twiglets.
Charlie. No, Charlie, it's not before Twiglets.
Before Quavers.
Hitler would have known about Twiglets.
It's before Quavers.
Attlee's eeting Twiglets.
Oh, definitely.
Attlee's a Twiglet guy. I think Twiglets is the most adult crisp.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking disgusting.
It feels like the germs are flying overhead when you eat Twiglet. Yeah. It feels like ration food.
Yeah. You eat one.
Quavers.
I always buy it and I think, I like this. It's sort of they're kind of Marmitey. And then I have one and I go, Christ, I wish I got Quavers.
Quavers are brilliant though, to be fair. 1968. So it's pre-Quavers.
So Hitler never...
Post-Hitler, pre-Quavers.
Hitler never saw a packet of Quavers. Perhaps is why...
Well, it depends.
Perhaps
we don't know if he went to
he was so angry. Who knows? So that's 1945. Post-Hitler, pre-Quavers. Now, the average house price in...
It's a handshake, I think.
It is a handshake.
It's a firm handshake in these days.
Because avocados weren't invented.
Because they weren't spending all their money on brunch.
Nowadays, you just throw an avocado. So house prices are £620. Christ. That's 25 grand today.
Yes.
Unemployment rate is low because everyone has literally just died.
Yeah.
The price of bread, 4.5 pence for a £2 loaf.
Right.
I don't know what a £2 loaf means.
Don't know.
I imagine that's just a loaf. We're basically importing everything we need to eat.
Right.
And we're exporting nothing.
On our knees.
We're on our knees. We're absolutely on our knees.
Sucking off.
And not in the same way that we are in 79.
No.
So, who's in the charts?
Yeah.
Vera Lynn.
We'll meet again.
Doris Day, Bing Crosby.
My nan grew up with Vera Lynn in East London.
Oh, really?
Apparently.
What was she like?
She was very nice. She was a bit older. She more knew her younger sister, but she was just a nice East London girl with bad teeth, I think.
Now, this is interesting. On TV, Brief Encounter, so that's a big moment. There's a show in 1949 called Cum Dancing.
Yeah. Well, you've chosen to say it that way.
No, because...
Cum Dancing.
Yeah, well,
it's not cum dancing.
Well, no, it's strictly cum dancing, or it's strictly cum dancing.
Yeah, I guess.
But is that why Strictly is called that?
I don't know,
because there was a cum dancing before.
Cum dancing.
Cum dancing.
Cum dancing. No, my God, we got fucking hell.
Charlie's Googled.
Yeah,
no, it's COME, Charlie.
Right.
Yeah. Cum dancing.
Terry Wogan.
Wow. Come Dancing is a British ballroom dancing competition show. Okay, so this is the precursor to Strictly.
Right.
So again, I mean, think of the thread from taking us from nowadays to 1945. Come Dancing is still on our screens.
There's still Come Dancing.
There's post-war filth immediately.
But also the best period for British film is 1940s. I don't know why that is, but the most classic films made.
And here is our first staging post on the way to Britain's decline in 1946. Woman's Hour starts. So
it's
really,
the beginning of the end.
We're in the toilet from this point onwards. That's the end of the series.
Because you could argue it's two world wars that destroyed the British Empire, or you could argue it's loose women. We can't. Not loose women. Women's hour.
This is they're tight women. This is tight women's hour. Loose women's not. Well, loose women doesn't start till what, the early 2000s.
They're letting it all hang out on loose women.
Oh my god, it's disgusting. It's a disgrace. Attlee would have hated loose women.
Yeah, but these women are slowly getting loosened every decade, right?
Well, these are fucking tight women.
But they every
decade they're getting a bit looser. Yeah, they are. They are getting looser. That's the story of this series.
It's the loosening of the women.
The loosening of women. 1999, where Loose Women starts.
Right.
But it was called Live Talk, and then everyone was like, "What?" Blah, 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 blah. And then it changed to Loose
That's a terrible name.
Live Talk.
Live Talk.
Anyway, let's get the fittest women of the era. This is something we'll be doing every episode. It's kind of just again, it's a portrait in women's being loosened. Betty Grable. Let's have a look at Betty Grable.
Okay, so this is the beauty standard back then. They even if they're young, they have the hair that makes them look like nanas.
Yeah, but nanas aren't nanas. They're just young women now.
But people age. You see 40-year-olds in this period, and they look like old women.
Yes.
And 40-year-olds now are doing Edinburgh Fringe shows about adulting.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, they are. People are adults now.
Yeah. 40-year-olds is like, I'm just a big baby.
Yeah, I know.
They've got a big sippy cup.
Yeah.
And
I don't know how to sleep at night.
And they're wearing dungarees.
Yeah. They don't own a home.
Yeah.
This era makes a lot of sense for my 35. I'm 35.
Right.
But I'm 35 in 1945.
Yeah, exactly,
I feel completely out of town nowadays.
Yeah.
But women or people.
Katharine Hepburn's gorgeous.
Yeah, gorgeous. People don't, an old woman. They're not old.
No.
They're just young in 1945.
Yeah.
So they just stay the same.
Oh right. So you get
so
old
actually,
early.
When you're talking to an old woman, you're talking to 1945, and they look fit for 1945. Anyway, so Attlee had been Churchill's deputy prime minister in the war cabinet.
Yeah.
And they'd all got on, as you said. He's the longest ever serving party leader.
Is he?
35 to 55. 20 years at the top of the Labour Party.
Right.
And the big thing that kind of kicks off his mission is in 1942, there's this thing called the Beveridge Report.
Yes.
Which is it's quite hard to think about now, but it's like a bestseller. What is
it's
it?
Like a really dull, dry report on a census almost.
Yeah, but what would you call it now? It's like a white paper or it's a proposal.
Right. A think tank?
It's a think tank's white paper and everyone's buying it. It's like
50
Shades of Grey. Oh my God, people are queuing for the Beveridge. Oh, fuck. And it identifies the 5 giants on the road to reconstruction.
Yeah.
These are the 5 pillars of socialist Islam.
I mean, this is you just discussing people outside your car window.
Well, it's want, disease, ignorance, squalor, and idleness. Which, as you say, that's what I shout out the window when I drive through.
When you visited me in East London, that's exactly what you described.
But it's quite funny to translate that into nowadays. It's hungry, sick, thick, lazy, and fat.
Yeah,
that's the Labour government's mission.
Yeah, it's 2000s British TV. Yeah. It's fattest man in Britain. Yeah. It's all of these shows, but as opposed to being like, isn't this fucking hilarious? It's been, shouldn't we do something about it? Yeah. But now we talk about this. It's on Channel 5 and it's Richard Hammond.
There probably is a Channel 5 show called Want, Disease, Ignorance, Squalor and Idleness.
Well, Britain's Fattest Man, hosted by Richard Hammond, he gets in an animated submarine and goes inside Britain's Fattest Man and they animate what it might look like inside. And he's looking at all the yellow fat going, what the fuck? I mean, so I guess that's a version of the Beveridge Report.
The release form that fat guy must have signed. It's crazy.
While he's on a submarine inside him, it keeps cutting back to him eating a Buster full English. Here we go. Yeah. It's crazy. So this is kind of the Beveridge Report. So he's drinking it. Imagine signing up for this. Yeah, we're going to put a camera in your drink while you do it, just to make you look.
Oh my God.
So he's inside, and look, there's Hammond.
I'm taking my life in my hands. This is crazy.
human being, that is enormous. Absolutely engorged with fat.
I mean,
Look, he's looking.
It's like pate.
right, pause it, Charlie. So, yeah, for people who aren't in TV, how they would have done this, they must have been so convinced of the moral nature of their quest that they will have to film a lot of that in post. They would have had to go into a green screen and get Hammond to pretend to be inside the
There's
fat
so
man.
many moments where they could question themselves. It's not a spur of the moment thing.
And
so there's a lot of hoops to jump through.
You can really see how the body positive movement, has quite a kickstart to it. You can see how they swing that pendulum back because it really did get quite.
It got a bit
it did get a bit bad. I want to use taxpayer money
to put a GoPro in someone's beer as we watch this fat
and then
guy
I'm going to go to a
drink
green screen and get into a submarine outfit and call his liver like pate. I mean,
a billionaire submersible, but just looking at a fat
guy's stomach.
Wow, it's massive. Ugh.
And this is a human, not a bear.
I mean, is there anything more humiliated than having an animated green screen sequence with Richard Hammond in there, just saying how disgusting your
innards are? Does he want to lose weight after this guy, or is he?
So this is sort of a 40s beverage report.
Yes,
this is what he's doing.
Yeah, and the state basically the beverage report says that the state should look after people from cradle to grave, which is a revolutionary idea. Because before this, it's just a Wild West.
Yeah,
everyone's fucked.
But no one, you have to think of these ideas before they come up. It's easy to look back.
It's Jack the Ripper's Britain, basically. Before this, it's the East End.
Who gives a fuck?
People are just sort of waltzing down the East End, hitting women for six. It's a bloodbath. No one's in charge.
Yeah, they're playing gentlemen going to the East End with a polo mallet and just fucking
smashing women. So the coalition government ends.
But do you know Hitler got a copy of the beverage report? So it was
he?
Yeah, it was such a big book during the war, but Hitler wanted it was like had international success.
Really?
Yeah, Hitler was interested to see what.
Wow.
So everyone was kind of interested in it.
Well, it's crazy. That's like people queuing up, like camping outside Waterstones to get a copy of the Hutton Inquiry. I just can't imagine it now. I'd be there. I'd be going, this is a disgrace. So the election is called 2 weeks after victory is declared, May 23rd, 45. Attlee wants to continue the coalition until Japan had been defeated, but he was vetoed.
Right.
And so the 45 election, as we said, Churchill he releases 1.6 tons of government rationed paper to allow for the printing of extra copies of Hayek's The Road to Serfdom, which equates socialism with Nazism.
Oh, right.
So he's just giving it all he's like, the people we just defeated, this is what we would be electing. He calls the Labour the Gestapo.
Yeah.
And then everyone's just like, I don't think that's not quite chiming with the optimism maybe that we're feeling about a new world.
Well, it was a huge shock him losing this election, right? Because he's the huge war hero and then immediately gets voted out.
Yeah.
So it always is kind of seen as quite a shock. But I guess it's because he was never viewed as a great peacetime leader because they knew what he was like before.
Yeah, because it's only when Chamberlain gets kicked out that the country's ready for Churchill. Yeah. So Labour proclaims that we're a fully socialist party. We want to build a new Jerusalem in England. Now, the new Jerusalem in the Middle East, that's slightly more complex. And they do build that, but we'll get to that in the next episode. So the general election takes place on the 5th of July, 1945. The results are delayed until 26th of July so that servicemen who were based all over the world could come back and vote. Interestingly, this happens over Potsdam, which is the end of the war conference. So Churchill and Attlee, I think, are over there. Is Attlee over there with him?
Yeah, because he's such an important member of the war cabinet.
Now, apparently, Churchill is basically talking complete bollocks.
Yeah. I mean, he's pissed.
He's pissed.
But that gets him so far, but it was a bad performance at it.
So Stalin supposedly hated Churchill's dog Rufus, who had a seat in the Commons. And, look at him.
Come on.
What is he? That looks like a sort of poo.
I think he's a poodle, yeah.
A poodle mix. Like a sort of modern day kind of cockapoo, cavapoo type thing. It feels like Churchill should have had a bulldog because that's just what the car insurance has been.
Yeah, dogs look like their owners, and he literally looks like a dog. So
Stalin supposedly hated Rufus, and asked for Churchill to stop bringing him, but Churchill just brought him in anyway. Yeah. And then Churchill discusses the Iron Curtain, and Stalin's translator translates it as a metal drape. And then Stalin gets confused as to why Churchill's afraid of a household item. So anyway, Churchill's performance is very bad, and halfway through the conference, the election results happen, and so he just he gets defeated. So Attlee then comes and is like the main guy.
And it's a great photo of him.
He's just walking around being like, fucking hell, what?
He's sat next to fucking Truman and Stalin, he's got that giddy smile on his face.
It's like a competition winner.
He's
a competition winner.
It's the definition of imposter syndrome.
Little Attlee's
I guess, look at this.
Look at his little face. Look at his face. It's like meet the Prime Minister, but he is the Prime Minister. So Truman and Stalin, and then he's like, hello.
It's the Prime Minister.
What are we doing then? What are we doing? Look at his little face. He's so happy.
Yeah.
Giddy little Attlee, little Clement. So Clement, the Labour win 393 to 197, massive swing.
Yeah.
Attlee is very surprised, and then there's this whole business about how I think even though when Labour win, there's a coup within the Labour Party. I can't remember who it is. Someone else is like, oh, maybe I'll go. It might be Gateschall. It might be someone else.
Yeah.
Or is it Morrison? So Herbert Morrison, who is Peter Mandelson's grandson.
Was he Deputy Prime Minister?
I think he was it. Yeah, he was. Yeah, but he was high up. He basically's like, maybe I'll go and fucking be Prime Minister.
Well, because
they won.
Clearly, anyone could be Prime Minister.
Well, they just didn't really think they were going to win.
Yeah.
But then Attlee's wife is like, let's just go there now and meet the king. It's basically first to the king gets to be PM.
Yeah, first come, first serve.
Yeah, it is first come, first serve. So she drives him to accept the king's offer to form a new government.
And she drives him everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's a shocking driver.
Terrible driver.
But this is 1945. This must be one of the first women drivers.
Yeah.
Is Clement's wife.
She's also an innovator.
Yes. And again, an extremist. Attlee's one of the first people to let his wife drive. So can Attlee not drive?
Can Attlee drive?
Can Attlee drive? No, don't think so.
Yeah, but so why was he getting his wife to drive him? Just
I don't. But she would get frequent.
Yeah, she's fucking knocking over old ladies. She's killing dogs.
Frequent fines.
It was like GTA driving.
Yeah, erratic, impulsive, just
running over prostitutes,
mounting the curb, bins everywhere.
But that fast driving is what got him there to the king first.
And she drives this old banger.
Yeah.
And Churchill's driving a Rolls Royce. So it's kind of like the man of the people.
Flies into Buckingham Palace, smashes him. Hello.
Right, so let's go through his cabinet. So, because you could argue that all the things that get done are sort of because he has this amazing cabinet.
He has a very talented...
Yeah.
How much of that's luck of the draw? Doing this series, looking over research for great governments, it's like, are you just lucky to get the talent that defines... Everything has to come together, right?
Trust was unlucky. Trust was unlucky. Because they were just like, fucking hell, she's hot. Of course I'll work in her government. You know. They're just drooling the whole time. They can't concentrate. Anyway, also this is the era of big beasts, isn't it? Which we're not in anymore.
What do you mean?
Political big beasts.
Yes, and is that just because great historical events make great historical figures?
Possibly. I say you have big beasts up until the end of Brown's government.
What's a big beast in your...
Like a political, someone who's just...
Yeah.
I don't know, they're a big beast.
Yeah, because it does feel like the talent in politics is ebbing away.
Richard Bergen.
Is it because there's less money in it? There's less respect in it. Britain's a less powerful country, so it's just
there's also no new ideas at all. So it's just Fabricant. He's a beast.
Yeah, Fabs.
I thought he was a joke character when I first saw his face.
He does look like a joke character, but he's a real man.
It feels like there's a stand he wakes up with a dummy of him with the wig on. Yeah, he has to take off every morning.
So Attlee's cabinet, you've got Ernest Bevin.
Ernest and Clement.
Ernest and Clement.
Yeah.
Ernest, Clement, Herbert.
Yeah.
He's the Foreign Secretary. Herbert Morrison is the sort of biggest rival.
But I mean, Bevan's probably the real ideas guy.
Well, no, that's Bevan.
Oh, fuck.
There's Bevin and Bevan.
Oh, fuck.
So Bevin is the Foreign Secretary.
Right.
Bevan is the health guy who makes the NHS.
Yeah.
Herbert Morrison, Peter Mandelson's grandfather. So is he a sort of scheming, gay, Machiavellian character, Herbert Morrison? Constantly makes
runs in the family.
Constantly doing like that. He's kind of he's all sass. Attlee does something. He goes,
yes,
really,
yeah.
I mean, he's doing a lot of that.
Yeah,
he's like clicking like yeah. Hugh Dalton is Chancellor until 47. He's replaced by Stafford Cripps. Vegetarian teetotaler.
Yeah, they're quite a self-serious, austere bunch. Because I guess this Labour government coming in after the kind of fuck party, the Churchill kind of era, where everyone's these kind of like gin drinking old boys in waistcoats. These guys are quite like serious adults who are coming to like do some actual change.
Which is it's weird that it chimes with the country, because the country is obviously just, they've spent 4 years sucking off soldiers for Yorkies in bombed out cities, and now they're, that's what the thing when everyone's like, oh, my granny's so uptight. It's like, she's fucking lived through the war.
Yeah.
If she wanted some chocolate, she had to nosh off a fucking constable. Do you know what I mean?
Of course she's tight now.
She's tight now. Yeah. So Bev Ann's the real extremist.
Right.
Anne Urin.
Fuck yeah.
Anne Urin.
Anne Urin, Ernest Clement.
Anne Urin. What a weird name.
Bevan.
Anne Urin Bevan.
Nye.
Welsh.
Yeah.
Anne Urin. Now that sounds like a double-barreled first name, like Anne Urin.
Anne Urin.
Anne Urin. Pissy Anne.
And he's the one with the big ideas, right?
He's the big ideas guy.
And he came up with the National Health Service.
Basically. So the cabinet members, there's a lot of infighting, and this sort of the seeds of the Labour factionalism starts here, because you have Gateschalites, who's sort of the ancestor of Blair, and to the right of the party, and Bevanites, who's, the idealist,
Corbyn,
social,
Ben, that sort of tradition. Yeah.
How did Attlee become PM? What did he do in his early life? How was he so boring and yet so successful?
Yeah.
Public school, blah, blah, blah.
But he loved his public school as well, even though he was a socialist. He would wear all the old school ties, would not stop talking about it. He was like a real old boy.
Yeah, and that doesn't happen nowadays. Public school socialists sort of, they're burning their ties. They're trying to hide the fact that it's public school.
Yeah.
Whereas at least this guy kind of stood by it.
Yeah.
Because
cricket.
You could be a patrician. Yeah. Which you are. No one's a patrician anymore, are they?
What does patrician actually mean?
Patrician means that we will guide the country.
Yeah.
We will help the poor.
Paternalistic.
Yeah, there's
the paternalistic rich.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we will help the poor from our position at the top. We're not going to elevate the poor to us. No, this is rigidly classed society.
I find them repulsive.
They're disgusting and they smell and they're fat. We will hand them down.
We'll send in Richard Hammond to examine.
Richard Hammond, the patrician. I'm getting the submarine.
That's fucking massive.
You're disgusting. You need help. I'll help you as a thin rich person.
But I definitely think there should be. It's like, because we've made it so shameful to be from a privileged background, it's not like there's less privileged people getting into positions of power. What we've created is the same amount of privilege. It's just everyone is doing gymnastics to prove that they're not privileged. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
If you made it kind of acceptable to be born how you're born, and it's just the contents of what you do in your life, it'd be a lot better than everyone being like, well, my dad's best mate is cleaner and went to state school.
Yeah.
All right.
My dad's butler's working class.
so actually, I did go to private school, but it wasn't like one of the best private schools. Like especially in comedy, everyone is just doing bad. Oh, no, it's not. I'm only posh because my parents are actors. We're actually really working class. Yeah. It's amazing what people will do.
Technically, I was raped at public school, but we called it fagging. So actually, if you want, I'm a victim, really. Yeah. I didn't choose to go to the school.
And you'll be in a room where everyone is privileged, basically, and everyone's just trying to one-up each other. But if you could just accept where you're actually from, it would be a lot better.
Yeah. My dad bought me a house. No, I'm not hosting refugees in it.
No, fuck off.
Fuck that.
Why don't you fuck off?
Why don't you fuck I think there's more respect to someone going, why don't you fuck off?
Why don't you fuck off? Yeah. It's my house.
Someone worked very hard. I don't know who. Someone way back worked hard. But that's all it took.
Yeah. If you want a big house, maybe your great grandfather should have fucking worked hard.
Yeah. Why are we not going on the attack for other people's shit great grandfathers?
I'm sorry your great great grandfather was a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Was your granddad a nonce and he get banged up and lost all the money?
Yeah, I'm not going to give my spare room to a refugee. I've got an exercise bike that needs to go in there.
Where's the peloton going to go? When people say my dad will beat up your dad, why aren't we saying, well, my granddad was richer than your granddad and that's why you're fat and thick? Why don't bring back
patrician? Is that what a patrician is?
We're a patrician podcast.
Yeah,
we genuinely are, because our listeners are very thick and fat and smelly.
You're right,
and we obviously, apart from Charlie, we smell fine.
So and we're just kind of a Pied Piper leading them to.
Well, you can't lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Exactly. We're giving people information.
Yeah, we're leading a horse to Mountain Dew.
Yeah. So while volunteering in East London, Attlee is shocked by the poverty.
Yeah, he's in Stepney.
He becomes a socialist after he realises that poverty is systemic and not due to character flaws, which I disagree with. I'm of the Hammond school. Yeah. I'm getting in a submarine.
Well, you're saying there should be a new Myers-Briggs test, and that's basically how poor or rich you are. It's like your personality defines.
Yeah, how thick and fat are you? And that's directly tied to income. So Attlee, he fought in World War One, and again, the story of this whole series,
these politicians, pretty much,
everyone fought in a war. Yeah. Everyone is a war veteran.
Everyone is exhausted.
No one can sleep.
Yeah.
Everyone is drinking to just squash the memories.
Yeah.
And trying
They've
to
aged so much more than they actually are because
it's fucking hilarious.
Because they fought in the most traumatic event.
A 30-year-old man in 1950 looks like a 70-year-old in nowadays.
Yeah.
Because they spent their 20s storming beaches in Italy.
Yeah.
Attlee is commissioned as a lieutenant, promoted to major. In World War One, he's carried off the battlefield 3 times.
We don't know if that's a heroic thing or a...
He was so annoying. Fuck off. The final time he was injured in battle was due to confusion because Turks were retreating without the British realising.
Yeah. Well, because he got injured in Gallipoli.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that Churchill... I wonder if there's anything like that. It's just Churchill sent Attlee to go get injured, with the failed Gallipoli campaigin.
Oh, and then they end up being like a sort of buddy cop. Yeah, that's interesting. He gets shot in friendly fire and a chunk of his buttock is sliced off by shrapnel. So he's got a bit of his booty missing. Yeah. But he's proud of his war record. His brother is a conscientious objector and imprisoned as a result. Mm-hmm. Quite right. So he comes into power in 45, having become leader in 35.
Yeah, and so because there's a lot of talented people around him who could have been leader, I think the reason why he came to power over them is because he was kind of the least divisive.
Yeah.
Because of his boringness, you can sort of project a bit onto his baldy head.
Yeah.
You can see your own reflection.
You can project a film onto his bald head. And the film's really interesting, but the head is very boring.
Yeah, he's got a shiny forehead and you can see your reflection in it. You go, I quite like that guy.
Yeah, maybe he thinks like I do.
I can see me in his head.
God, I really relate to that guy. Can you, or can you just see your reflection in his bald head?
But that's often why the boring people end up in power. It's because they just end up...
As opposed to Mikhail Gorbachev, and people are like, what the fuck?
Who the fuck is
that in his head?
Have I got something on my head?
Yeah. So Attlee, I think part of the reason is that he's quite a social conservative.
Yeah.
And yet he's going on this massive campaign of sort of societal socialism.
Yeah.
So people feel like he's not an extremist because socially...
But this was quite common in the era, and I think left-wing politics now, kind of like economic left-wing is always so tied to social left-wing behaviour. It feels like this was much more common to be a social conservative but want socialised healthcare.
Yes.
But then just don't be a fucking...
But that's blue...
Dress up at least.
That's blue Labour, isn't it? Now, have you seen that? There's that faction of blue Labour.
What's that?
Which is like, well, people shouldn't be gay, but the NHS should exist.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I'm probably paraphrasing, but that's kind of what their thing is. So he's middle class, comfortably middle class, but is devastated by the Stepney. And so that's kind of... So he comes into power on the back of the Beveridge Report, and essentially their mandate is to implement the Beveridge Report domestically. So the government embarks on this radical... extremist program of social reforms. Pretty much as soon as he comes into office, the big night bomb goes out. Night, Japan, go to bed. Night, bang. August 45. And then 6 days after that, the Americans suddenly, without warning, terminate this Lend-Lease agreement, which is basically the entire funding for the British state during the war.
Yeah, the whole thing's been propped up by the Americans and they just pull it out from under us. Because also remember, America, this is now when America's most powerful. And as much as with their allies with us, they still do not want us to be that powerful.
No.
Because they are basically taking over our empire.
Yeah.
So they're going to keep us at arm's length for this period as they just kind of consolidate all of our colonial assets.
And Britain is completely bankrupt.
Yeah.
And America isn't.
No.
Because they've not really fought the war on their turf at all.
But I think because we've been such good allies, we thought they'd maybe be a bit more
I'm an ally.
generous.
That's Britain.
Yeah.
I'm an ally.
But for the American imperialism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an ally.
I'm an ally of American imperialism. Wearing like a woolly hat. This is what an American imperialist looks like. T-shirt. Yeah, I'm an ally.
But it's fascinating. Seemingly overnight, we go from the Roman Empire to fucking Sweden.
Yeah.
We go from this global empire to like the welfare state.
Yeah.
That's the big transition.
And
that's what Attlee does.
I remember reading a sentence somewhere that was, might have been in a Nick Cohen book, where it's like, you could interpret this era as America is funding Britain to experiment with socialism.
Right.
Because... that's sort of 45 to 79 is kind of almost a, or no, what's the term? It's an outlier in the whole story.
Woman's Hour, the great experiment.
It's Woman's Hour, the great experiment. It's failed. So when they then negotiate this $3.75 billion loan from the US.
The loan is a big deal. We send in our big guy,
Keynes.
Is it Keynes?
Keynes or
John
Keynes?
Maynard
John Milton Keynes.
Like Kenya.
Kenya. We'll get to Kenya in Churchill's episode.
So he is the most famous economist in the world.
Yeah.
He has a whole school of thought which is kind of about how the state should be guiding the economy, but letting it be free. It's kind of like classical liberalism with a heart, I guess, Keynesian.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
we send him in. It's the period where we just send him in to try and negotiate with America.
Yeah.
And we just kind of get fucked in the deal.
They go fuck off.
Because we keep saying, can we have more? And they keep saying, we can have less than what we started with. So
and they go, no, we asked for more actually.
Yeah, so they were going to give us like 10 billion, and then we went in to ask for 15 billion, and they said, right, we'll give you 8 billion. They were like, all right, we'll have 10 billion. They're like, no, how about we give you 6 billion? And it just keeps going down, and then we have to settle.
But basically, they get this loan, and then but before the money runs out, they just do everything.
Yeah.
They literally, in 46, it's called the Annus Horribilis, the miracle year.
So all of these changes happen.
Yeah, look,
domestic stuff.
Family Allowances Act 45. Weekly payments to families with children paid directly to the mothers. We've now thankfully retracted this. Yeah. The first universal benefit. The benefit fraud starts here.
Right.
Fat northern mums with too many kids. Yeah, they start in 45.
Yeah.
There's Pate newsreel of people going, you're not earning that, you scam. The National Insurance Act 46. I still don't understand national insurance.
No.
That starts here.
What am I insuring against?
I don't know.
Right.
People are covered sickness, maternity, widowhood and retirement.
Yeah.
National Health Service Act 46.
Yeah.
This is not launched till 48, but this is absolutely bananas.
Yeah.
I mean, like, for the time.
Yeah. And it happened so quickly.
And they basically take all local hospitals and just go, I'm going to control all of them.
Yeah. And it works.
The NHS is launched on the 5th of July 1948. The first step on the long road to Harold Shipman. The National Assistance Act 48 replaces the Poor Law.
Poor Law.
What is the Poor Law?
Poor Law.
If you're poor. That's historical welfare, which basically means combination of outdoor relief, indoor relief.
Houses.
Oh, that's workhouses and stuff, right? And then Education Act is just raises the school leaving age.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. So let's deal with the NHS because that's sort of the thing that we still have today.
Yeah.
Is the NHS
caused cabinet tension primarily due to concerns about the role of GPs and the extent of state control. God, that must have been a fun meeting.
Yeah. Because some people do think that this is like it's an authoritarian thing, the NHS.
But I guess what's Britain's such a contradiction, where it's like imperial, it's conservative, but then this is more socialist than socialism. This is like, there's a lot of like nationalised healthcares, but still worldwide, it's the first free on the point of access healthcare system in the world. And still, like, even like countries that have really good healthcare, they don't have it as extreme as the NHS.
No.
NHS is like such a...
Well, this is how extreme it is that Bevan ends up resigning when they bring in prescription charges for dentists. They go, I can't work with this.
Yeah.
This is a capitulation.
Yeah.
Bevan only gets it through because Attlee is strongly supporting him.
Yeah.
They build 1 million homes. Whatever.
Hideous homes they build.
Disgusting homes. The prefab.
Yes.
Oh yeah, get the prefab, Charlie. So they can't really afford to build actual homes because they don't have any building materials.
Yeah, with fucking skin.
Yeah, so they basically
Poundland homes.
They build like sort of what people
Trailers.
now like shepherd huts essentially. People will now have garden offices.
Yeah.
They put families of 6 in
Yeah.
like suburbia. They last till like the 70s. These prefab houses.
I know, because we assume that we'll get more money at some point.
But it just never comes. It just never comes. So in total, Attlee nationalises 20% of the economy. Now, this is all going very well.
Yeah.
Then in 47, Annus Horribilis.
Yeah, this is the worst winter of the century.
Until 79, I think.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but that's the kind of, you can
Is 79 a worse actual winter, I mean, like, temperature-wise than 47?
Because this series is really bracketed by 2 bad winters.
Yeah.
47 is significantly colder. So the average temperature was fucking minus 4.6.
And this is when there's like there's a fuel crisis during the worst winter. Rationing goes on for so long. That's what people forget, is there's rationing in the war, but it doesn't stop till like 54.
Yeah.
And so the food these people are eating is horrendous.
So they've got tickets and they're like queuing up. You know when you used to get shoes as a kid, you used to get your ticket and wait to be called.
Yeah.
They're doing that for like a sandwich.
For like a little thimble of lard.
Yeah. And they're getting like 1 portion of meat a week.
Yeah, and then the government suggested like all these different recipes, with what you can do.
Oh, they're
rationing.
trying to get everyone into snook.
Yeah, and it's just terrible food.
The stinky fish. So they have the South African fish, right, which is disgusting.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get everyone to buy it. And spam and snook comes in here. It's all tinned meat. That's the only thing they can access. And then people start rebelling because they're like, "This is fucking disgusting. We have an egg?"
Does like the food in this country doesn't really recover till maybe Blair, the 90s? Because it's pretty fucking horrendous.
Well, I think it's a generation of people that are raised on tinned fish.
They just got used to it. And this what?
I like tinned fish. I don't mind like.
That's because you still see your granny Patricia. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is how it's passed
But you eat
down.
arseholes. I don't think that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, you eat men's arseholes. So I guess snook salad's a day off for you, isn't it?
Yeah, they both
snook
taste
salad's
good.
fucking mouthwash compared to what you're noshing down on the
well,
weekend.
it's all yummy.
Was your granny? What was your grandparents like? Were they very much part of that waste not, want not?
Yeah.
You know?
Soup.
Yeah, and it's like whatever you've got, every bit of clothing,
blend it, eat it in a soup.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they were into butt stuff?
My grandparents.
Yeah.
I don't think either set were into butt stuff. No.
Right. I guess you never know.
So
I don't think I'm not going to ask my parents.
Though my dad's side of the family, as you said, are trash, are muck.
Yeah.
They're
into butt stuff.
All of the Goulds have a way of ending up being on the lucky side. So my gran and grandparents they ran a British restaurant during the war, so they never had to ration basically.
Oh, great!
So it was just
they were just piling it in.
So they don't have any of that attitude at all. They're just somehow always get out of stuff.
So the American loan is completely exhausted by 47. So bread rationing comes in 48.
I mean, they've taken it a long way, to be fair. They've really used that loan. Because now when you hear about a loan coming into the UK or any big load of money, you're like, you're not going to see any of it.
No.
It just fucking disappears.
It's gone already.
Yeah. It just feel like they actually spent this.
So Attlee starts to kind of lose the middle classes.
Yeah, and also, the stipulation of the loan was that they had to make pound easily convertible into dollars.
Yeah,
and then everyone just
a
converted pounds into dollars, and we had to go back on it because it was fucking us completely.
Which triggers this massive crisis. Yeah. I don't quite understand. There's a lot of devaluation stuff going on because this is when does devaluation end? I think it was when I was a kid or something.
But it's literally the fade. It's quite an amicable fade from Britain to America as the global power, which I don't think ever has happened.
Yeah.
Like in history, you don't fade to global empires where it's just like, yep, you can have that. Oh, what else do you want? You know, it's just like, you can take all my stuff. I'm not going to use it anymore.
The Reich doesn't fade out.
No.
Snuffed out. So the bad winter, people aren't, they like ration your fires and stuff.
Right.
So you can only sit around a fire in -4 degrees for like 2 hours a day.
Why?
Because it's coal. Because they haven't got any coal. They haven't got fucking anything. It's an energy crisis. People are queuing for like one slice of bread and some tinned fish.
Yeah.
The clothes. Women.
This pre-fidget spinner as well?
Yes.
So they didn't even have those?
No. They literally had to sit and think and listen to shit radio. But the clothes women had to wear were like they had to fashion old men's suits into clothes for women. I think there's an argument to say that Attlee's Britain is the least sexy Britain's ever been.
Americans would say that's where all the bad teeth stuff came from. They had like greasy hair. We couldn't wash ourselves, you know. But it explains our grandparents' generation, don't you think?
Oh, totally.
It explains completely how they are.
Yeah.
Just this sort of like that. The stoicism all comes from this. You can feel.
Totally.
Do you think you'd have had lower standards back then? Like, what would they think now?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, they don't have higher standards.
But if
they're fucking eating snook salad.
Would they just, if someone from back then came now to this time, would they just be really,
there's a lot of
really
Pakistanis
horny?
here. That's what it is.
That's what they say.
Would they just have like a permanent rock on?
Well, yeah. Of course they would.
Right.
Wait. They'd be someone from how attractive everyone is.
Someone from Attlee's Britain. You show them my Instagram Discover page.
I mean, if they saw a Discover page,
their head would fall off.
Yeah.
Their head would absolutely fall off. Clement Attlee's head would fall off.
I mean, they're getting turned on. They're masturbating over lampposts because they sort of look like a woman's leg.
Yeah. They can't believe it. They're taking out a woman for tinned stinky fish.
Yeah.
So the government is essentially on this socialist spending spree backed by the Marshall Aid and American loans, and Britain is sort of, but at the same time, Britain is being dragged into foreign affairs that are starting to take away the focus from the domestic policy.
And you could argue Attlee away from home is very different to at home.
He's not got a good away record. No.
Sort of like you're quite different at home than you are away from home.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Uncomfortable. I'm still wearing this whenever I go abroad. I do wonder if there's because there's a generation above us that like them relaxing is like chords and a still a starchy collared shirt with a jumper.
Yeah, you start the day, you put your trousers on, you don't take them off till bedtime.
You are never outside your bedroom without trousers. Unless something's horribly's gone wrong.
Yeah.
If you're caught outside your bedroom with no trousers on, then you need to get back into your bedroom as quickly as possible. Yeah. That's that generation's mindset. I'm like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, even just watching TV in jeans, that's what my housemate does. It still seems ridiculous.
It's the end
I take my trousers off as soon as I walk through the door.
Really?
Get into shorts or trackies, depending on
house shorts. I have house shorts. Yeah. They're disgusting.
Sitting down on my sofa in trousers, I feel ridiculous. I feel absolutely absurd.
It feels formal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, you've got someone coming round.
Who am I impressing?
It's my nan coming
I'm
round.
going to have tea in the front room.
Yeah. When do people start wearing shorts in the house, I guess? Is it the 90s?
It feels like,
I think the 80s.
Yeah.
Those little... We used to call them dick shorts.
Well, yeah, 80s the big transition where it all starts.
Thatcher, isn't it? Thatcher frees the hogs. Thatcher frees the British hog to just run wild.
Is it illegal to drive with your hog out?
I think so.
I drove pretty much the whole way down from Scotland with my hog out.
Did you?
Yeah.
What, you naked?
Well, you were in a rental. That may go across...
Just with my sort of shorts sort of ripped round a bit.
I don't think it's illegal, but
Which gear stick were you using then?
I think that may have gone against the rental company's policy rather than the law.
Were you masturbating while driving?
I really wanted to, but
oh Christ!
Genuinely.
But you drove back from Edinburgh with your hog out?
Yeah, and just like looking at the wind turbines and the cows, just like fucking.
I'm amazed you got here. I'm amazed you didn't crash. You were looking at wind turbines, fiddling with your hog.
How long was the journey?
Like 11 hours somehow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that we sent him on his own, we shouldn't have done that. But he still would have got his hog out if he was with anyone else.
Yeah, we couldn't put anyone in for a VHR issue.
Well, yeah, we couldn't afford a company chaperone.
I actually really enjoyed it.
I bet you did, mate.
Of
course, sounds like you did.
You had a wank for 11 hours.
Christ.
Yeah, I didn't come till I got home.
Right, well, that sets us up perfectly for our next episode, where we will deal with Attlee's foreign policy, India, Pakistan, Israel, Palestine, North Korea, South Korea. It's Spice Town.
Yeah.
Now that episode's already on our
all
Patreon.
All terrible at football. But
yeah, they are all terrible at football.
Geopolitically interesting, football-wise, not very interesting, these matchups.
I must say this is not the football that we're dealing with next episode. It's the geopolitics. Which Britain does have it's not great stuff, a lot of this for us.
Luckily, it doesn't have long-term ramifications, any of this stuff.
No, luckily, it all gets pretty sorted out. Don't worry, it gets sorted out. It's a good story.
It could have been bad, but luckily they've all sorted all this stuff out.
Somehow, India-Pakistan's the least contentious of the three. Somehow. Now, that episode's already on our Patreon, as well as the next, I don't know, up until 1964. That's when we're splitting the series.
Yep.
So all those episodes are all in the Patreon, where for £3 a month you can join one of the ugliest communities. You can get in a submarine and go into the bellies of very fat men and some women, terrifyingly, on our Patreon, where you get early access to series and ad-free listening and bonus episodes every Friday. And I must stress that while we're doing this epic series, we are doing 2 concurrent Patreon series, which is the Great Train Robbery and the Jeremy Thorpe Affair, which is fucking insane.
They're great patron series.
Great patron series, lots of fun. So
for just a threepence, we'll show you a woman's dirty tuppence.
Charlie has free reign in those episodes. He does those records with his hog out, I imagine. Anyway, that's Attlee Part 1. We will see you next time for Attlee Part 2. And we are off. We're off to the races on our biggest ever series. See you next time.